my little lambs.
Wandering on a lonely plain, someday you may fall, overcome by your despair. Weak, wounded soul, no one will come to comfort you. No one to bring the truth. Oh, my little lambs, here's the one who heals your sins. Oh, see how he carries the cross and leads the way. He is the shepherd you have sought. Without him you tremble in weakness, far from the path of life. Oh, my little lambs, hunger and thirst may torture you. Heavenly strength will fill your soul, and deep, boundless joy will swell within you eternally. Oh, my little lambs, now is the time for joyful hearts. Love all mankind, love everyone throughout the world. Oh, give them the love that I give you, oh, my little lambs. Oh, give them the love that I give you, oh, my little lambs.
Right. Woo. That was a deep song. Let's go right into Unite into One.
Chase away the power of Satan, far away beyond the land of sea. Build for God a boundless kingdom, giving joy and liberty to all. Come, you people all around the world, let's unite into one, spreading forth the glory of the Father and His great will forevermore. So what do we do? Unite, 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 unite. Let's unite into one. Bring about one nation, uniting all the people of the world. Raise the white cross on our banner, high upon our heads and distant waves. In the blue Pacific waters, let's restore the rock of alone sing hallelujah, safe within the bosom of the Lord. Come, you people all around the world, let's unite into one. Share the joy and glory of heaven, it is so long from every hour. So what do we do? Unite, 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 let's unite, let's unite into one. Bring about one nation, uniting all the people of the world. What do we do? Unite, 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 let's unite into one. Bring about one nation, uniting all the people of the world. Bring about one nation, uniting all the people of the world.
Without further ado, something beautiful.
And you guys could feel free to sit down.
Ocean, I ankle deep. I feel the waves crashing on my feet. It's like I know where I need to be, but I can't figure out just how much air I will need to breathe. When your tide rushes over me, there's only one way to figure out. Will you let me drown? Will you let me drown? Hey now, this is my desire. Consume me like a fire, 'cause I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm in reach, 'cause I am down on my knees. I'm waiting for something beautiful. Oh, 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 something beautiful. And the water is rising quick, and for years I was scared of it. We can't be sure when it will subside, 'cause I won't leave your side. I can't leave your side. Hey now, this is my desire. Consume me like a fire, 'cause I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm in reach, 'cause I am down on my knees, waiting for something beautiful. Oh, 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 something beautiful. Whoa, 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 something beautiful. In a daydream, couldn't live like this. Wouldn't stop until I found something beautiful. When I wake up, the only one I have, you know, love is all I need. Something beautiful. In a daydream, I couldn't live like this. I wouldn't stop until I found something beautiful. When I wake up, all I want I have, you know, love is all I need. It's something beautiful. Hey now, this is my desire. Consume me like a fire, 'cause I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm in reach, 'cause I am down on my knees. I'm waiting for something beautiful. Hey now, this is my desire. Consume me like a fire, 'cause I just want something beautiful to touch me. I know that I'm in reach, 'cause I am down on my knees. I know that I'm in reach, 'cause I am down on my knees. I'm waiting for something beautiful. Whoa, 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 something beautiful. Whoa, 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 something beautiful. Whoa, 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 something beautiful.
Thank you. Next up, we have Don't Give Up on Me.
I will fight for you. I always do until my heart is black and blue. And I will stay with you. We'll make it to the other side. We always do.
I'll reach my hands out in the dark and wait for yours to interlock. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. 'Cause I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not yet, not yet. Even when I'm down to my last breath, even when they say there's nothing left, none left. So don't give up on, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not me, not me. Even when nobody else believes, no, I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on me.
And I'll hold on to you. No matter what this world will throw, won't shake me loose.
I'll reach my hands out in the dark and wait for yours to interlock. I'll wait for you. I'll wait for you. 'Cause I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not yet, not yet. Even when I'm down to my last breath, even when they say there's nothing left, none left. So don't give up on, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not me, not me. Even when nobody else believes, no, I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not yet, not yet. Even when I'm down to my last breath, even when they say there's nothing left, none left. So don't give up on, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up, no, not me, not me. Even when nobody else believes, no, I'm not going down that easily. So don't give up on, whoa, 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 yeah, 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 yeah.
I will fight for you. I always do until my heart is black and blue. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, thank you.
Do they deserve another round of applause? Haven Street, everybody. Brothers and sisters, good morning, happy Sunday. Welcome to our Sunday service. We want to say special greetings to those who are here for the first time, for the brothers and sisters who are watching online via Zoom or Facebook. We want to say welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community. It is a place where you receive God's infinite, abundant, never-ending love. And that love keeps on flowing every Sunday. It flows through the music we've just heard, but it also flows through the message we will receive this morning, New Perspective by Jonathan Jasper.
Good to see you. Hi, Zoom people. Yeah. If I say hi, Zoom people at your home, say good, it's great. If you don't open your heart, if you don't respond, if you don't interact, you're limited of how much you can receive. If the more you put your effort in, so in the music, the band is playing their heart, if you bob your head, I know some people we get a little nervous. We're pretty conservative faith movement, but if you even clap your hands, or you even sing or cheer, your heart opens. If you're at home, I invite you, sing, cheer, open up your heart. And when you come here even, the closer you are, the more love you're going to get. So sometimes we have a fear. We like to be what I call like a backseat boy, and we like to go towards the back because it's a little more safe. It's like nervous to go towards the front. But what's interesting is God's love is universal. It's everywhere. But when you're closer, your heart is just it gets more open to be able to receive. So I invite, when you're coming here, come close. When you sing, when we have music, sing. For all of you watching on Zoom, we hope you're doing well. We care about you. We love you. It's hopefully everything's going great where you are. If you want to experience even another level of God's love, come here in the community, experience it in person. We're creating something cool here. So it's good to see everybody. I'm excited for next week. Is it people getting more excited for Super Bowl? It's a special holy day. We're going to have Super Bowl church. So we're not going to do coffee, but we will have a message at 1:30. And then we have a special presentation on the basics of football. Yeah. Sorry? Maybe. Would you like to help? Yeah, Takahiro Sakaguchi is preparing a presentation to go over the basics of football. So again, you want to be here for that. You want to be here for the message. We're going to do that, and right after that, we're just going to start putting on the game, the national anthem. We're going to bring out food. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be great. So we invite you to come. Let's make it a fun event. So today I want to talk about perspectives. You see, perspective is very important. Why? Our perspective dictates how we feel about things, how we see things, how we interact with our world, our environment, the events in our life is all based on the perspective that we have. You could have two people looking at the same thing, but based on their perspective, the reality is completely different. Maybe you have this in your life where you're like, it's 6, and then someone else is like, it's 9. And while it's symbolic, you're both kind of right. You're just seeing things from a completely different perspective. There was a kind of a meme or thing there. Did you guys remember that like blouse or dress? And people were like, is it blue? I forgot what the other color was. Yellow and gold, something like that. It was yellow and gold, right? Blue? No, it was yellow and gold. Isn't it crazy? Two people can look at the same thing, but see it completely differently. And sometimes things happen in our lives. And it's really easy to think when something happens in our life, it's because of that event. Oh, why is this happening? Oh, it's because of the weather. Or, oh, it's because of the politicians. That other party got in office, that's why. Or it's because I got a flat tire. I had a flat tire, and because of that event, that's why I'm feeling this way. But if that was true, if it was the event that caused us to feel things, then everyone that went through that event would feel that exact same way. I'll give you an example. Let's say there's a businessman. You meet this businessman. Hello, how are you? And this businessman's anxious, a little worried. Oh, I'm not doing so good. Oh, you seem a little anxious. What's going on? Oh, well, the economy's collapsing. Oh, everyone's scared to spend money, so the government has to lower interest rates. Oh man, stock market is crashing, and all these businesses are going out of business. I think there's never been a worse time to be in business before. Whew, that's a lot to unpack. So you go on your day, and next thing you know, you meet another businessman. But this businessman's smiling. Oh, hello, how are you? I'm doing great, I'm excited. Okay, why are you excited? Oh, well, the economy is changing. You see, to help spur growth, the government has lowered interest rates. There's cheap capital to invest. The stock market is on sale. And there's less competition now in the market. Man, there's never been a better time to be in business before. Huh. Can you see how two people saw the same event and had completely different feelings about it? How? It's their perspective. You see, it's not events that cause us to feel a certain way. It's the meaning we give them. So every time there's an event, we make a judgment. We make it a judgment. We give that event meaning. We look at it from a perspective, and based on how we do it, it causes a feeling inside of us. And when we feel that way, when we feel something, we just got to respond. We got to react. So this is a very special season. Football season comes to a close, and as sure as rain, well, not rain in Vegas, but as sure as rain is an expression I heard one time. And Girl Scout cookie season is coming. They time it quite interesting. I think there's probably not a single greatest reason that causes people to mess up on their New Year's resolutions than Girl Scout cookies. You're determined, right? You're like, no more sugar, no more carbs, and you're going strong. January's a breeze. You're like, I got this. And soon enough, you're going in the Smith's parking lot, the grocery store, and then you have this cute little girl saying, hi, would you like to buy and support and get some cookies? How do you say no to them? How? I don't know anyone that can say no. You got to feel like the worst person in the world, and plus it's a cookie. I feel sorry for the Boy Scouts. If you don't know, most people don't even know what the Boy Scouts sell. They sell popcorn. What kind of how can you compare that to a cookie? And not only that, you have a cute girl selling cookies. Oh man, it's not even easy. So there's a story. This guy, he got suckered in, so his New Year's resolution is on hold for a bit. He found a person in the Swiss parking lot. Next thing you know, his little neighbor, Sally Sue, knocked on his door. Then he found out his niece is selling them, and before you know it, he has to put them in his freezer. He's got too many. Is this a good example? Does everyone like Girl Scout cookies? Okay, which one's everyone's favorite? Thin Mints? I like Thin Mints a lot too. They have a gluten-free one now too, so maybe it can kind of help with your resolution. So yeah, this guy got suckered into the Girl Scout cookies. He's got a ton of Thin Mints, so he brings his favorite Thin Mints to his work. And it's his break time. And so he sits down in the break room, puts out the box of cookies. He's like, we're going to enjoy this. All of a sudden, a man sits down across. They glance, little pleasantries. The man smiles. And all of a sudden, this man leans over and opens his box of cookies. Huh. This guy's like, okay, that's a little weird. And he opens it up. So he kind of looks at the guy, kind of weird, like, you're opening my box of cookies. This man, as calm as can be, just smiles. Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. And then, without missing a beat, the man reaches down and grabs one of the cookies from his box and starts eating it. What the heck? Oh my goodness, this guy's starting to get frustrated. Like, did he just do that? Did he really just take one of my Thin Mints? So he looks at the guy again, and sure enough, the guy just smiles. Hi. And he looks down and grabs another one and starts eating it. All right. This guy's like, I can't believe this guy's just the boundaries and what's he doing? He must be from another department. Like, oh, okay, I have to let him know this is the box of cookies, it's mine. So he grabs and he takes one of his own cookies and eats it. The guy smiles more and takes another one and eats it. Oh, you want to play this game, my man? All right, let's go. And then he takes another one and eats it. And every time, this guy's smile just gets bigger and bigger. And he keeps taking his cookies. Eventually, all the cookies are gone. This man is enjoying. He's bright. He's beaming. But the original guy's fuming. I can't believe how disrespectful this guy is right now. The guy gets up, leaves, takes the box of cookies, throws them away, the box. This guy just can't take it anymore. I can't believe what kind of culture some people have. And he slams his hand onto the table. And when he slams his hand on the table, it hits an unopened box of cookies. Huh. That was actually his box of cookies. He was eating the other guy's box of cookies. And while he was getting all frustrated and upset, that guy was just having a great time sharing. Can you see how that change of perspective changes everything? This guy was thinking, that guy is the worst. I'm going to report him. To all of a sudden, that guy's a saint. He was willing to share Thin Mints. So our perspectives and judgments that we make, it shapes our reality. It was the same event, but how we see things changes everything. But the truth is, most of the time, we don't even make conscious judgments. We just react. We don't even know what we're doing. Some event happens, we get a feeling, and we respond. It's because when we were young, we already formed our judgments. See, most of the time, we didn't even decide what our judgments are. They were given to us. We observed the people around us. We saw how they reacted to their environment. They saw what they did, and we learned how we should behave in certain situations. So we do it subconsciously. We don't even know that we're reacting. It's like a split second. Some event happens, and boom, we're in a feeling. But sure enough, there's a judgment there. And while we may not be responsible for the judgments that we learned when we were young, we're responsible for now and how we deal with them going forward. So what can you do? What can you do? How can you know if you're not making a great judgment? How do you feel? How are you feeling at this moment? Think about right now. How do you feel right now sitting here listening to this message? You see, our feeling is just our conscious awareness of the vibration our body's in. That's a feeling. And if you're not feeling happy, grateful, excited, loved, peaceful, anticipation, if you're not having these feelings, it means you're probably making a wrong judgment about a situation. So if you're ever feeling anxious, frustrated, overwhelmed, scared, angry, disappointed, any of those kind of feelings, go back and think, what kind of judgment am I making? One time in the past when I had to give a performance for something, I remember I talked to somebody, and it was kind of like, oh, how is everything? How'd it go? And he's like, man, it was bad. I didn't like it. It was bad. It was a bad performance. Whoo, my confidence dropped. I instantly, got sucked into this negative emotion. It happened instantaneously. I didn't even realize I was doing it. What happened? I just learned I was reacting, and what was my judgment? Oh, shoot, I didn't do a good job. People are all disappointed of my performance. I'm getting disapproved by others. Maybe I'm not that good, and at the end, I'm feeling worthless. But then I had to go back and really look, and what kind of judgment am I making? And I can change that judgment. I can look at things a completely different way. I could see when that kind of situation happens, oh, okay, that person's just giving information. They're just saying they particularly didn't like something. In fact, maybe they don't even have the capacity to enjoy it. It's just one perspective. In fact, there's so many other people that had a good and positive experience. It's not a reflection on me at all. They're just telling me about them and they don't like it. So we can change. Divine Principle shares in the human fall that we got disconnected from God. When we got disconnected from God, we developed fallen natures. We don't see or do things correctly based on the principled way. And there's 4 of them. But the first and central and foremost one is, does anyone know? Failure to see God's viewpoint. We don't see ourselves from God's viewpoint. We don't see ourselves the way God sees us. And when we don't do that, we miss a huge component, which is we are loved. We are loved by God. See, we've learned that when we don't feel loved, we're in pain. And when we're in pain, we'll do anything we can just to feel better. So we react to pain. And while we could have another choice to make a judgment, we could have multiple judgments. If we don't know about love, if we don't know about God's unconditional love, we have no idea there's another choice. It's as if we're on a road, on a path, and there's one way, and it's the only way we know. And the other path is completely overcrowded with shrubs and weeds and bushes. There could be another way to go, but we have no idea that that way even exists. But when we understand and feel God's love, all of a sudden there's a new perspective. All of a sudden we don't have to just respond to pain. We can feel the love of God in our hearts. We feel that life-bringing happiness that it brings. And next thing you know, there's a whole nother path that we can take. So I want to share with you a quote. It's from Champu Myogyang, Book 9. And it's in the human world, the viewpoints of individuals have differed, and the viewpoints of families have differed. God's love is the only power that can take overall responsibility to resolve these differences in viewpoints. Unification thought centering on God's love and heart proposes to realize a world that transcends limited viewpoints, achieving unity at the levels of individual, family, tribe, nation, and world, and finally, unity with God. So what can we do when we have these events happen in our lives and we understand God's love for us? How can we make a different judgment? Let's give an example. Let's say you get that flat tire. Well, normally you get a flat tire and it's like, oh shoot, oh no, I got a flat tire. Well, now I'm gonna miss my appointment. I'm gonna miss that event. I'm gonna be late. Oh, this is such an unfortunate thing. This flat tire, it's gonna cost me a lot of money to fix it. Oh, I'm really frustrated that this is happening to me. Why, oh, why does this have to happen to me again? That's one way. But when you know you're loved, you can look at it a totally different way. How can you make a different judgment? Flat tire. Well, this is inconvenient. But while it's inconvenient, I'm just so happy. I know I'm loved. This is a minor inconvenience to me. I'll just get it fixed up. It's not a big deal. But in fact, I wasn't being that careful. Phew, I'm actually really glad this happened because I wasn't being so careful. I could be more careful. This is a great lesson for me. Wow, this is such a great lesson for me that I think I could probably prevent a bigger thing to happen. I'm so glad it happened to me with the flat tire. I could probably prevent a huge accident. Now we're going to have to get this fixed. I'll probably get a tow truck to come help me. I wonder, this is kind of exciting. I wonder what kind of person's going to come help me. Who knows? Maybe we'll be friends. Maybe I'll invite him to the Super Bowl party. Wow, this is a fun experience. Thank you, God, for giving me this gift. All right, let's say you're doing something really important to you. Maybe you have a performance, musical performance. Maybe you're doing a sporting event. Maybe you're doing a business. Maybe you're doing something you're really excited to achieve and you fail. What's the normal way to process it? The normal judgment is, geez, I didn't do it. Man, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not able to do it. Maybe I don't have it in me. Oh, I let everybody down that believed in me. Maybe I'll never be able to do it. I'm not good. I'm not talented. And eventually, where does all these judgments always lead? Negative judgments always lead to the same ending. That same ending is, I'm worthless. Maybe you've experienced big setbacks, a business failure, a performance, a sporting event. We make these kind of judgments. How can you change when you know God's love? How can you change and look things differently? Well, let's see. I know I'm loved by God. I know I'm worthy. Regardless of what happens to me, whether I succeed or fail, do things or not, I know my value doesn't change. I was born loved by God. I am born worthy. And that can't be affected by things. Well, I didn't achieve it this time, but, I think I could probably do it again. I think it's definitely still possible. In fact, you know what? I looked at how I did this, and I see something. I missed a completely part of this presentation that I didn't notice before. Wow, when I didn't succeed, I saw a whole new way of doing things. If I do it this way, I think I can I can do it even better than I ever did before. This is exciting. Well, I'm so grateful for this experience. Thank you, God. Do you see the difference? What about another famous judgment? What if you have unloving people in your life? Anyone have those? Anyone have someone at school or work or a member of the family? They're just kind of rude. Yeah? Everyone's got those. And what's so funny is that while you're probably thinking of that person, they're probably thinking of you. We all have those people. What's the normal way of looking at it? What kind of judgment do we make? How could they be so rude? Oh man, do they have some nerve? How do they know that their behavior is really inconveniencing the center of the universe and the most important person? That's me? How could they do that to their Royal Highness? Can't they see that they're creating toxicity and it's just preventing the happiness of me and everybody else? That's one way to look at it. But with God's love, how can you make a different judgment? Well, I know I'm happy because I'm loved. I know God loves me. I also know that when I don't feel loved, I'm in pain. And this person does not seem very happy. They must not have enough love in their life. Wow, they must not know that God loves them. They must not feel that worthy. And they're just in pain and they have to do something to make themselves feel better. Wow, I have a real concern for this person. They really need love in their life. What a difference. In one aspect, you turn criticism into a feeling of compassion. All of a sudden, before you would judge someone, and now you care about them. Last one I want to share as an example is many times we make the wrong judgments about ourselves. Maybe you have fallen short. Maybe sometimes you're not that loving and we make mistakes. It's bound to happen. We're on this earth to learn. We're gonna make mistakes. And when we have a wrong judgment about it, it's, geez, I'm such a bad person. Oh man, I'm so rude and mean. I'm not worthy. I'm not loved. I'm such a bad husband, mother, father, wife, brother, sister, fill in the blank. But we can look at things differently. When you have correct judgments, it's, man, I didn't do so well at that time, but I know I'm loved. I know God loves me. And even if I make mistakes, it's how I learn, and I'm still loved. That doesn't change. I know that when I don't feel loved, I'm just in pain. That's it. I understand. I'm working on it. It's okay. I'm going to get better and improve. I'm so grateful for this experience. Can everyone see the difference of how just changing a judgment can impact how you feel about ourselves, others, our whole world? If this is exciting for you and you want to learn more, how can I change my Great. If you want to make different judgments in your life, I want to encourage you to come to our study. We're going to be doing the Essentials of Real Love, and it's a course on how to practice and apply unconditional love in your life. This course will talk specifically about judgments and how we can make it based on love. When you apply these, you will be happier, you have less conflict, and you'll feel more joy in your life. It's basically for anybody. You can be any age. You can be single. You can have a family. We want to bring everyone there together and study together. It's pretty exciting. We have over 40 people signed up, and I think we're going to have a great time. To help share, I want to invite up one person that has gone through the course and wants to share briefly about his experience. Is Hayato here? There he is. Which Hayato's back in the band. Let's give him a round of applause. Welcome back.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to be back. I honestly think I had flu-rona. I was out for like a month, so like, it's good to be back. I could breathe again. I could sing again. So, yeah. So let me. So I was paid by Jonathan to endorse this course. Just kidding. I wasn't paid. But I really do feel passionate about real love, just because it affected me so personally. I'm not going to give a big talk about it, but I believe it was last year. Last year, my birthday. Before my birthday, I was going through a really tough time in my life. It's rock bottom. I was just miserable, and I was like, I am a garbage person. that was like my conclusion. I think I was borderline depressed, and I actually reached out for help. I was talking to like my older brothers and sisters, like Shania, Jonathan, my good friend Bobby back there, and through that it helped me a lot. And then Jonathan actually recommended me to buy this course and then study it. I've been with Jonathan for a long time, and he's always talked about real love. You know, anytime I struggle with something, he's like, "Oh, in real love, Greg Bear talks about this and that," and I'm like, "Oh, here he goes again, talking about real love." But this time it hit differently. I think being in that state where I needed some sort of guidance, that helped me to just be open, and it just hit me differently. So. Yeah, and it's really about perspective. I learned so much about myself. This was actually before I started my matching process. And I think this was the greatest gift to me beforehand, because I learned so much about myself. I learned that all these, I guess we like to call it fallen nature, real love, they talk about getting and protecting behavior. So I realized all these things about myself, and it was great. At first, I could have seen it as, oh man, I am a garbage person. I have so many things I gotta work on. Like I'm messed up. We're all messed up. And so that was my initial thoughts. But then, kind of like what Jonathan's saying, changing my perspective is like, hey, no, it's okay. This is actually a great time. Before I get in a relationship, before I start this matching process, I have this time to work on myself. I have this precious time to really look at myself, figure out who I am, what I believe in, all these things. And yeah, so I paid, it was $100 or something, but I don't think you guys have to pay for this. Nope, it's all free. It's good stuff. But I paid. I was like, I know myself, I'm gonna pay $100 or else I'm not gonna like do this. So I did it, studied it, and it was amazing. Honestly, I think this is what helped me to prepare myself for the matching and the blessing. And fast forward, I got matched, and thank you, to a beautiful, loving woman. We're gonna be attending the next blessing, so she'll be coming here eventually. So we actually ended up studying together as well, because it had such a big impact on me. So I'm like, hey, Amy, like, I think we should study this as a couple. I gained so much from it. And so yeah, we studied real love in dating, real love in marriage now. And yeah, it's just so nice to have this guideline almost, and helps with, the biggest thing is we became more vulnerable with each other. I don't do vulnerability. I hate vulnerability. I think a lot of guys can relate to this, but we don't like that fuzzy, wuzzy, warm feeling, unless you're in carp. I think carp's all about that. But, for normal, okay, for regular, for men, for a lot of men, we don't like vulnerability, but it's so important. And without that initial step of being vulnerable, being honest with whoever it is in your life, it's so difficult to deepen that relationship. So, yeah, and it all started with this Essentials of Real Love, talking with Jonathan. And now, like, if he talks about real love, I'm more like, oh, yeah. You know what he said. So, yeah, I highly recommend it, especially for young people. I think this is like the best investment you can make before getting matched. Not only did it help me to understand so many different things, but it actually helped for me to understand principle a lot better. It's like, oh wow, this is actually good, like this fallen nature. It was easier for me to apply the divine principle. Let me just say that. It had a practical way to apply it. And yeah, so I highly recommend it. Yeah, it's starting next Saturday, I believe. So I think there's going to be more information. But I highly recommend, especially for the young people. Trust me, I know how it feels. I was a little skeptical at first, but it helped me. So that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Hayato. It's a great complement for our life of faith. It's really in line with True Parents' teachings. It's a great practical complement, and I just seen it work again and again. So pretty excited to do it with everyone. And it's going to be, we changed the date, so February 19th. Hopefully no one came yesterday for our original start date. I remember, like, I didn't send an email, so you probably got an email from me like 1 hour before. If you came anyway, just tell me, and I'll give extra prayer for you for blessings. It's going to be every Saturday from 1 to 3. And if you'd like to sign up, in your bulletin, there is a QR code that you can scan with your phone. And also we'll send a link in case your phone can't do it. This will be our last probably time on Sunday promoting it like this. Because then next week will be our Super Bowl church, and then we'll get started with it. But I think this is something really excited to do with everyone. And so, in conclusion, our perspective is everything. Our judgment shapes our reality in our world. The first fallen nature is we don't see ourselves and our world from God's viewpoint. Let's change that. And if you could see everything from the lens of love, imagine how your life can change. Thank you very much. Join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parent, we're coming here as the Heavenly Parents Holy Community. I want to say thank you. Thank you for giving us this opportunity that as brothers and sisters, we can come to learn about your love, to feel your love. Your love is the healing. It's what our soul needs. It's what gives us joy. Heavenly Parent, every person here has their own story. We all have our challenges. And maybe people are hard on themselves. They're down, not feeling they're good enough, doing well. But we're learning that these are not correct judgments. Give us perspective. Let us feel your love so we know that we don't have to just react the same way we always have. That your love provides a new way of looking at things. That instead of reacting, we can respond. Help us to make true choices, increasing the joy in our lives. Thank you for this opportunity to be here together as brothers and sisters. I offer this prayer in my name and all our names. Amen and adieu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jonathan, brothers and sisters. Let's give Jonathan another round of applause. New perspective. While listening to him, and I told myself, how am I going to get on the stage for the next segment, which is the offering? Let's try a different perspective on offering. It's usually the most difficult time on Sunday because we asked to give. How can we have a different perspective about offering? That's not the pear share question, brothers and sisters. It is time for us to give back to our heavenly parents, to our true parents, to ourselves, to our communities, offering times. There's several ways you can make your offering. There's a donation box right in front. But you can also text the dollar amount to the number you see on your screen. For those who are in the room right now, on Zoom. And if the number is too small for you, it's 702-820-5511. As you make your seat and as you make your way to the offering basket or making your offerings, as you regain your seat, Jonathan has prepared a question for us this morning. It's a pair share question. So that question is, what is one way you can change a judgment in your life? We'll start with all those who are watching online via Zoom. Please feel free to use the chat box to type your answer or your comments. And as you regain your seat, please pick a neighbor, pick somebody, or turn to the person sitting next to you. And let's take a moment to share on what is one way you can change a judgment in your life. Amen. And it's not the end of time. We can continue that conversation right during our brunch or during the week. We've all received a bulletins, and God has blessed us with a special brother and sisters this morning. Let's feel free to call that person and maybe continue that discussion with that special person. With that, let's move on to announcements. We want to acknowledge those who are here for the first or perhaps the second time.
Anybody here for the first time? Haven't come for a while? Raise your hand. We got one? Cool.
Can I stand up?
Yeah, stand up.
Hello, my name's Andak Morris. I know some of you from the New York Belvedere community. I just moved here maybe like a couple weeks ago, and glad to be here. So,
welcome. Anybody else? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, welcome. We're glad you could be part of our family.
Our next announcement is, of course, the Super Bowl Sunday, which is this coming Sunday. It's at 1:30. One important thing to remember, there is no coffee time next Sunday. Right? So we will start at 1:30 right in the sanctuary with the service, an introduction to the Super Bowl party, and of course, let's prepare to be here for a long period of time and have fun as brothers and sisters. So February 13, 1:30 in this room, no coffee time next Sunday. Right? These are some of the brothers and sisters who went out last week and met, and this Sunday, God has sent a special brother or sister into your life. So please call that brother or sister, meet with them. We have the pair share question. That's a great topic. Let's enjoy some treats, and let's meet again next Sunday. The essential of real love, again, we're all invited to sign up. There is no age limit. Yes, there is an age limit. If you're 107, you can't make it, right? And so please use the QR code and sign up, and if none of those work, please call or text Jonathan, and let's meet again on the 19th. That's when we actually start. Daycare is being provided, and we have a number of announcements. Congratulations to all those who joined Reverend and Mrs. Du and celebrating yesterday's birthday. You've got some photos on the bulletin, but also online. We have a few more holidays coming. Next one is Foundation Day on February 13th, Evelyn Parents Day, True Parents Day, True Parents Holy Wedding Anniversary. Those 3 holidays will take place in April of this year. And that's all for all our announcements. Would you please rise and join the best band in the land in singing our final and closing song?
All right. When the saints go marching in.
When the saints saints go marching in.
Go marching in.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the sun begins to shine. Oh, when the sun begins to shine. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the sun begins to shine. Oh, when the truth has been revealed. Oh, when the truth has been revealed. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the truth has been revealed. Oh, when they crown him King of Kings. Oh, when they crown him King of Kings. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when they crown him King of Kings. Oh, when the heavenly kingdom comes. Oh, when the heavenly kingdom comes. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the heavenly kingdom comes. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in.
One more time, what is it?
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching in. When the saints go marching in.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. It's good seeing everybody. Have an amazing week. Remember, if you're not feeling good, what kind of judgments are you doing? Change your perspective, change your life. We will see everyone next week for Super Bowl Church. Have a great week, and remember, you are loved. Take care, everybody.
The saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the sun begins to shine. Oh, when the sun begins to shine. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the sun begins to shine. Oh, when the truth has been revealed. Oh, when the truth has been revealed. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number. Oh, when the truth has been revealed. Oh, when they crown him King of Kings. Oh, when they crown him King of Kings. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when they crown him King of Kings. Oh, when the heavenly kingdom comes. Oh, when the heavenly kingdom comes. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number when the heavenly kingdom comes. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh Lord, I want to be in that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
When the saints,
Oh, when the saints
when the saints
go marching in.
go marching in.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in.